Amphitrite, a big player in Greek stories, is called the goddess of the sea, and Poseidon, who is the god of the sea, earthquakes and horses, is her husband. Being a sea goddess puts her with the gods who were in charge of different parts of nature. Besides being married to Poseidon, Amphitrite has her own importance. She shows the calm and caring parts of the sea, unlike Poseidon's wilder side. This difference shows how the Greeks saw the sea as both helpful for life and sometimes dangerous. Amphitrite's background is deeply tied to the old stories of Greece. She is one of many Nereids, sea nymphs representing different parts of the sea. Her father is Nereus, who was often called the Old Man of the Sea, and her mother is Doris, another sea goddess, so Amphitrite comes from a high-status family. Nereus was wise and could change shapes, and Doris, a daughter of the Titans Oceanus and Tethys, gave birth to many sea deities with important roles in stories. The other Nereids, Amphitrite's sisters, were also key characters and were usually seen as helpers of Poseidon, showing the beauty and secrets of the sea. Poseidon chasing Amphitrite tells a story about how divine interactions could be complicated in Greek myths. The strong god of the sea, Poseidon, saw Amphitrite when she was dancing with other sea nymphs on Naxos Island. Seeing her beauty and how she moved, he loved her instantly. Think about a mighty ruler seeing a lovely dancer at a big celebration. This was similar to what Poseidon felt. Poseidon came to Amphitrite, wanting her to be his queen. But Amphitrite, knowing Poseidon's wild and sometimes unfaithful ways, didn't want his attention. At first, she felt scared and didn't want to go along, loving her freedom and peaceful life with her sisters. So, to get away from Poseidon, Amphitrite ran far off to the ends of the world, finding a hiding spot in the Atlas Mountains. This is like someone hiding from someone who won't stop pursuing them, looking for calm and safety far away. Amphitrite ran because she wanted to stay free and avoid the troubles that could come with being with Poseidon. Running to the Atlas Mountains was not just her getting away physically, but also trying to be away from the sea god's overpowering presence. This part shows Amphitrite's grit and resolve, as she went to great lengths to keep her freedom and peace. To win over Amphitrite, Poseidon asked Delphinus, a helpful dolphin, for help. Delphinus is like a friend who steps in to help fix a tricky problem. Poseidon sent Delphinus to find Amphitrite and talk her into coming back. Delphinus went on a long trip, moving through the huge ocean and the tough land of the Atlas Mountains. He was very loyal and never gave up. Eventually, he found Amphitrite and used his kind ways to show her Poseidon's real love and what good could come from them being together. Delphinus's work paid off, and Amphitrite agreed to marry Poseidon, seeing how true his feelings were and how important their marriage was for keeping the sea in balance. The wedding of Poseidon and Amphitrite was big and amazing, with many mythical beings and gods there. Think about a huge wedding but among gods. The ceremony took place underwater, with the sea forming the backdrop. Amphitrite's sisters, the Nereids, sang and danced. Tritons, half-fish beings serving Poseidon, blew conch shell horns for the celebration. The gods of Olympus, like Zeus and Hera, were also there, showing how important this wedding was. There were key symbols, such as the trident, which Poseidon gave to Amphitrite as a sign that they both ruled the sea. This big event not only celebrated their marriage, but also showed the peace and balance they brought to the ocean. After she married Poseidon, Amphitrite took on her job as Queen of the Sea, a job with lots to do and lots of perks. She lived in an underwater palace full of ocean wonders like coral and pearls. Every day she watched over different parts of the marine world, keeping the sea in check. As queen working with Poseidon, Amphitrite made sure the sea stayed orderly. She calmed the waters, looked after sea animals, and watched out for sailors and fishermen. Amphitrite was very important for the peace and care in the often wild sea. When Triton, the son of Amphitrite and Poseidon, was born, it added more meaning to their godly family. Triton, who had a man's body and a fish's tail, got his parents' powers and duties. Think of a prince born to continue his family's royal duties. Triton was key in myths, acting as a helper and announcer for the sea. He could calm or stir the waves with his conch shell, a gift from Poseidon. Triton and his parents worked well together, sharing respect and tasks to keep balance in the ocean. One story tells how Triton helped the Argonauts on their trip for the Golden Fleece, guiding them safely through dangerous waters. Triton's role in myths shows how the power over the sea was passed down from Poseidon and Amphitrite to their son. Amphitrite's part in the story of Theseus shows her kind and protective side. Theseus, known for his strength and courage, was in danger when King Minos of Crete threw him into the sea to test if he was really part god. Picture being thrown into the wide, harsh ocean with little chance to live. Amphitrite saved Theseus, acting like a lifeguard saving someone from drowning. She brought him to her grand underwater palace full of sea treasures. Giving him a crown or ring, Amphitrite marked his visit and showed divine favor. This act not only saved Theseus, but also showed Amphitrite as a guardian of those in the sea's danger. Amphitrite also helped the Argonauts on their journey for the Golden Fleece. The Argonauts, led by Jason, went on a dangerous trip across rough seas. Seeing how important their mission was, Amphitrite made sure they were safe. Think of a calming force that smooths rough waters, letting a ship pass easily. Her power to calm the seas helped the Argonauts when she eased the ocean's wildness. Even if she didn't meet the Argonauts often in the myths, her help was clear. This shows her as a protector of brave tasks, making sure the sea could be crossed by those with worthy goals. This story shows Amphitrite's lasting role as a sea goddess and protector of those in the ocean. A lesser-known story with Amphitrite involves Erysichthon, a mortal who angered Poseidon. Erysichthon, known for his arrogance and disrespect toward the gods, did something that made Poseidon very mad, leading the sea god to think about a harsh punishment. Imagine a powerful leader ready to unleash his anger on a disobedient person. Amphitrite stepped in to calm things down, showing her calm and fair nature. She went to Poseidon calmly and reasoned with him, persuading him to control his anger and think of a more fair reaction. Amphitrite's actions stopped what could have been a big disaster and showed she was a peacemaker. Her skill in calming Poseidon and standing up for what is right shows her role in keeping peace among the gods. In summary, Amphitrite's role in Greek stories is varied and important. Starting as a Nereid and becoming the Queen of the Sea, she appears in many myths and legends. She's shown as caring, protective, a mediator, and a supporter of heroic tasks. Her interactions with people like Theseus and the Argonauts, and her efforts to calm situations like with Erysichthon, show her kind and wise character. Amphitrite's part in these stories highlights the balance and peace the ancient Greeks believed existed in nature.